I'm James the Greek.
And I'm the DA.
And today, we're going to be discussing the situation going on with the Philadelphia Phillies and Bryce Harper and what ramifications it could have throughout Major League Baseball and the rest of American sports. DA, what's going on, buddy? Today, I want to talk to you a little bit about the situation going on with Bryce Harper.
Perfect, man. Like this guy. It's the best guy, one of the best in baseball. Let's see it.
Now, you know I am a huge Bryce Harper fan because the guy lives, breathes, sleeps baseball, and he's great for the game despite his detractors. Now, you, on the other hand, I don't know how high or how low you are on Bryce, but the guy still has $200 million remaining on his contract. And he could very well be the guy that changes the entire system in baseball. So what do you think about him wanting to renegotiate his contract?
Oh, that's a tough one. Okay, let's start out right out of the gate. Where I'm at with Bryce Harper. Right now, I'm a high. I'm high on Bryce Harper. I like it. I think he came in a little hot into the league. You know, maybe just a little hot into the league. But again, I've always respected his ability. One of the best baseball players ever to step on the field. I think it all changed when he said, let's make baseball fun again. And I was digging it because I think he kind of liked being the villain. And I kind of liked being the bad guy. And I'm like, all right, I dig that. Like, we need some guys like you. Just kind of like flip people off, say, screw this thing, and just have some fun. Like, you know, like, I kind of like it. And so I'm buying high right now on Bryce Harper. Contract, man. Dude, how much money is he making right now? What did he sign for?
It was 13 years, $330 million. But the big problem with that contract was that he did not have an opt-out because he wanted to show the fans in Philadelphia that he was all in. And that was a major mistake.
Major mistake? Why? Okay, why is that a major mistake?
It's a major mistake because right now, even the owner of the Philadelphia Phillies said that he's being a little underpaid. So if he had the opportunity to opt out, just like Carlos Correa did or Manny Machado did, he could renegotiate a brand new contract and be among the highest paid players in all of baseball. There's no reason why he's making less than $30 million and Ohtani's making 70.
Scott Boras is his agent, right?
Absolutely.
So I'm assuming Scott Boras came out and was like, dude, I screwed up the contract. No, never. You would never say that. You would never admit that. So basically what happens, right? Bryce Harper wants to throw it out there to Philly fans, put his balls on the line, say, dude, I'm here for you. I'm here for this city. I'm Philly. And now he goes, I might have... You know what? Contractually, I probably should got some outs so I can make more money from Philly. I don't like it. It sends a bad message, man. I don't like the idea of it. Like, I think there's a couple things at play, right? One is the idea of Bryce Harper and himself doing it, where he's at in his career and why he did it, yada, yada, yada. The other one is a lot bigger ramification is what does this look like from Major League Baseball? People don't change our contracts in Major League Baseball. This isn't basketball. This isn't football. You don't get to sit out and try to renegotiate, and no one cares if you sit out in baseball. They say, all right, next. They're like, all right, cool. You just saved us some money. So from a Bryce Harper standpoint, dumb. Never talk about it, dude. Don't even bring it up. Never even say a word. To me, it's like you signed it. You knew what you were getting into. You got a ton of money, and you're still getting a ton of money, and you deserve every single penny of it. And you might be underpaid, but you're only underpaid because of inflation, and the prices have gone crazy through the roof. But at the end of the day, man, you got the right money. You were paid the right amount of money. Enjoy it and be like, dude, I signed this contract. I'm here for Philly. I'm a Philly guy. Let's go.
If I'm Bryce Harper, I absolutely either sit out or I go the Anthony Rendon route, and I have a lot of phantom injuries this season and only playing 60 games until I'm magically healed with a new extension. Give me another 2 years, tack on another $100 million, call it a day, and let's go get a World Series.
No, you are absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. No. You think Philly fans are going to get behind a guy like that? You think they'll ever care for him again?
Philly fans are the most fickle fans in the world anyway. They threw freaking snowballs and batteries at Santa Claus at a Philadelphia Eagles game.
Yeah, that's because he brought Cole. It's because he brought Cole. That's why.
He didn't bring Garrett Cole.
Could you imagine that lineup, though, that rotation?
Yeah, that would be major. But the bottom line is, he's got to do something to try to get more money. The guy is a generational talent, and he's not being paid like it. Granted, he signed the contract. But before we go into that, if you're in the locker room and you find out that Bryce Harper is sitting out because he wants a contract extension or he wants to renegotiate his extension, what are your thoughts?
It pissed me off. I'd be absolutely furious. Because to me, I get it in basketball. I get it a lot more in football, where guys like, hey, I'm crazy underpaid because their careers are so short. And they have such a tiny window. And one play, and it's over. Baseball, we're not like that, right? Bryce Harper had Tommy, blowing his shoulder up, elbow up. It doesn't matter. He's hurt his knee. He hurts his leg. And he's still playing, and he's still one of the best in baseball. Guys come back from injuries. There's very few injuries guys can't come back from. And as a position player, there's even fewer that guys can't come back from. But I would be absolutely pissed in that locker room. And I'm sorry, he got paid like a generational player when he signed that contract. In 2018, whenever he signed it, he signed a generational type of contract. Just because Ohtani and a couple of these guys break through that barrier after him, and it took a long time after him to break through that type of money, doesn't mean you don't get to look back and cry and whine about it. Dude, you signed a massive deal that everybody hoped to sign. Just because Major League Baseball got more money doesn't mean you get to go back and whine and cry about it. And especially when you're making the most in that locker.
All right, let me ask you this. If the agent went to the Phillies and said, you know what, we're not going to renegotiate the contract, but we do want to add a few clauses. For example, if he wins an MVP, he gets another $10 million. Can you go back and add clauses to a contract?
Absolutely. You can do that. You can renegotiate. You can go through and do all that if you want to. The team can always add, I believe, can add incentives, can go and do whatever they want. You can do that on the side. But why should they? But why, if you're the Phillies, why should you? You don't have to do any of that. You paid him to be an MVP player. You're paying him to bring championships there. And you're paying him the amount of money a player like that demands. If he was on a free market and he got a $200 million contract for 8 years, I get it. That's low now. But the guy's already signed up until 38 years old. You knew what the contract, you knew where money was going to go. It's not like we didn't know how much value you could bring later on, and that contracts weren't going to go up. I don't like looking back at it and being I don't like the deal I signed, and I don't like that how this looks out in baseball. To me, that's about being a smarter player and having a smarter agent, looking at the future of baseball and understanding when you sign that contract how it might look in 8 years.
Okay, I'm going to throw this curveball at you. You're a former player rep for the MLBPA.
Yes.
Would the MLBPA be happy if he went back and renegotiated his deal?
No.
Really?
No, I don't think they would. I don't think they like that. I don't think they like the standard of what that brings, because for every positive Bryce Harper, there's always a second guy who's been hurt, who signs with the Yankees and is playing right field for a quarter of the season, and that they would say, all right, cool, let's go renegotiate this deal, Giancarlos. Mike, whatever you want to be called right now, let's go renegotiate this deal. So for every good positive story there's a negative side to it, and it's going to hurt the players a lot more. And that's the one beautiful thing about baseball. You sign the deal, you get the money. Whether you're hurt or whether you're the greatest player of all time, you get that money, and you are entering an agreement knowing that's the risk. You might become the best player of all time, MVP, and you're getting underpaid.
You and I are definitely not going to be able to agree on this topic. So hopefully the fans, you'll go into the comments, you'll tell us who do you think is right. I know that 90% of you will agree with me because not only am I good looking, but I'm very intelligent. So make sure you drop us a comment and we will respond.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you click the like button. More likes equals more great content for you. And if you haven't, subscribe now